I was able to watch Kobe's whole career, and he was definitely, it surprised me yesterday at how many people reached out to me personally because I didn't know that many people knew how big of a fan I was of his and how much I idolized him. Like, I look at sports and, for me personally, he set the tone in terms of, wanting to be a difference maker in big games. And, really he's the DNA of your prototypical athlete of what you want. And, but beyond that, he was an even better person. And I was just very happy to have that relationship with him.
How did that relationship start? Did you just run into him during the cup final, or
No,
did he
I'm
introduce you?
no, I'm really good friends with Jeannie Buss, the owner of the Lakers, and I'd go to Lakers games a lot. And I remember towards the end of his career, I was able to go to more Lakers games and got to see him there. And when I was at his last game against the Celtics, connected with him and told him that I wanted to look for him for some advice throughout my career, and ended up going to the Stanley Cup final and was in touch with him throughout the whole finals. And a lot of times whenever I'd ask him what to do or things that I wanted to maybe change, a lot of times he'd tell me not to change anything and just stick with what works. But he was always willing to make time, and I'm just very lucky to have had that type of relationship with him. I wasn't best friends with Kobe or anything like that, but I'm sure you can understand the impact of just being able to feel like you could touch him and connect with him. And he was that big. He was definitely someone who, like I said, when I dream about playing in big games and wanting to make a difference, all of that comes from him. And I remember reading the book by Tim Grover. I think it's called Relentless, I think it is. I read that book a long time ago, and it talked a lot about Kobe and Dwayne Wade and these types of players. But anybody that reads books or studies the game knows that that's the DNA that you want in any type of sport. Mentality in any walk of life usually equals to success. So try to pattern myself after him, but it just sucks that he's gone. It's really unfortunate. It's way too soon, and he had so much more to give.
When you were growing up, what was it about him that initially you gravitated towards?
No, it's a mentality. There's nothing that ever, there's nothing that ever kind of knocked him off of his game. And you look at pro sports, you go into opposition buildings all the time, and they're tough places to play, and he just makes it look so easy. And I think that's the biggest thing that I always took from him was just his mentality and his compete level and his understanding of just how to get the job done and the way he did it. Like I said, I never got to really watch Michael Jordan and all of his championships, but it's clearly that he's the best. But in my opinion, Kobe's right behind him and right there. 5 rings and the way he did it and being a Laker his whole career. In my opinion, there's no one better. But it's unfortunate. But I think that also there is a positive that comes out of it. I think people also are going to take from this that life is you got to cherish life. It's so precious, and cherish the people around you, the loved ones that you have, kids and your family. And a lot of times we get caught up in things that don't really matter as much. So it's just I think you got to take that from it. But this is not just affecting me. It affects everybody in the sports world, anybody that has a heart. He's touching. He touched a lot of lives. He's touching more now, for sure. It's just tough for everyone. You just don't want to see that, and in a lot of ways, you replay it and you try to think about why things like this happen. But it's just unfortunate. All you want to do is just pray for the family, and you hope that Vanessa and the kids and everyone stay strong. And I think that we all can see that there's going to be a ton of support for them. But I don't know, man. It sucks.
Very few corners of the world where he could go without being recognized. You deal with that too, in your own way. How he kind of managed that, is that part of why you emulated him?
Oh, man, yeah. It's everything. And, when you get a chance to talk to Kobe, you realize, He's a special person. Like he's not just everybody else. Like you feel that when you meet him, that you've known him for a long time. But when you listen to the way he speaks and how he thinks, he's miles ahead of everybody in terms of his mental makeup. And he's just a really special person. But definitely tried to emulate everything that he did. And it's kind of crazy because we play different sports and. But that's the type of guy he is. He may not know anything about hockey, but he gave all the time in the world for me, and just trying to give back. And like I said, those text messages, those few moments of where he gave me those advice, it's just very appreciative. It didn't even really matter what came out of his mouth, just the fact that he gave the time. Like it's pretty awesome.
Did you ever try to get him on skates?
Pardon me?
Did you ever try to get him on skates?
No, but I did tell Rich Paul, LeBron's agent, that we got to get him on skates. That was before he signed his deal, so I don't think he was willing to go on skates before that happened, though.
Is that something that maybe if a younger athlete in another sport asks you for advice, you're going to sort of take that same approach with him and try and emulate what Kobe did for you?
Yeah, it's a different time now, and than maybe it was when Kobe was 30 and playing. I think that now there's different ways to connect with fans and be able to do that. I mean, I have this phone number where I can text fans. I get tons of questions every day from kids asking me what they need to do for training, or they got cut from their team. What's my next step, and how should I mentally compartmentalize this stuff, and so you can help people that way. With Kobe though, man, you look at the second part of his career and now the second part of his life really, and how many players that he was helping. You look at Giannis and him turning into an MVP, and that was after a year of working with Kobe, and players that are now coming out talking about how much impact he's had on their lives and their careers. And I can only hope to have a little bit of that. He just really was a full circle type of guy, man. This sucks. Lost a good one yesterday for sure.
You want to carry the mentality even more now?
Yeah, it's I guess that's the positive that you take from it. Is that one thing about Kobe is he wouldn't want anybody to take it in a way that would stop them from moving forward. And it's just tough. You have to turn your phone off at some point. Everywhere you look, it's pictures of he and his daughter. It's really, really tough to see. But he would want everybody, that's a fan of his, to take this as motivation and everything that he's done in his career and in his life, the impact that he's had, use it in a positive way.
It's a different sport, but you hope that NHL teams will have them open the signs for him too?
I hope so. It'd be awesome. Everybody's thinking of him, so, I've heard even rumors of the NBA logo being changed to his silhouette. I think that 100% should be done. I think his number should be retired league-wide. That's my just opinion. I'm sure the NBA doesn't care about what I think, but he was that great of a player, man.